George Kell Motor Company Player of the Game 2 years in a row at Corning. Connor Prince, one of the offensive, defensive linemen, and just a wonderful football game for you guys. Connor, talk a little bit about playing in these weather conditions that we had tonight.
I told Coach before I graduated, I want to play in the rain, and that's what we got. I loved it. It was awesome.
It was out there. Well, it was cold up here. Did you get cold at all?
Not until we got out in the third and fourth quarter. It was very cold.
Yeah, I bet. We'll talk a little bit about our performance tonight. Offensive line took control early on y'all's side. Defensive line took control. I mean, it was just we thought it happened the way we thought it was going to happen.
Yes, sir. We did. Our offensive line is awesome. Our running backs are even better. They make us look a lot better than. I mean, we're a great offensive line, but they're great running backs, all of them, and our receivers are awesome as well.
Well, and Joe Brodus got to come back and play. Senior, come back from ACL, and just glad to get that guy, back with our football team, and he deserves some playing time.
Oh, he did awesome. I don't think he missed a beat. He came back in and ran hard, and that's all we could ask for.
Talk about preparation. We've got a couple of games left. Piggott and Osceola were battling. I think 14-13 at the half favor Piggott, 19-14 third quarter Osceola. We got Piggott this coming week. I want to look ahead a little bit. And you got 2 games left in your senior year. What's the thought process going forward from here through the end of your career?
I want to win out because we lost to both teams next year, and I'm ready for payback. I'm ready for both of them.
Well, it's got to happen, and I know the preparation will come this week, I guess you guys will get back to work Monday. And just tell me how this week went as far as preparation goes for a Corning team that probably didn't match up very well against Greyhound. How was the preparation?
It was a big focus week. Like we went in Monday, and
the lights went out, and we will continue to talk. Just go right ahead, Connor.
We went in Monday and watched film, and then we went outside and watched their alignment. Well, Tuesday we went out and then practiced them, and he was like, "This is a big focus game. If you let a team like this hang around, you know what I mean. Don't let them hang around. Get on top of them early."
Well, we did that, and there's no doubt it's exciting to be 5-0 in the conference. We're undefeated. We can't look ahead to Osceola. Got a tough Piggott ball game at Piggott again. We went over there last year and didn't play real well. Those guys played great. We played good, but those guys played a little better than we did last year.
We'll be ready for sure. We're gonna come out hot. I'm sure of it.
I hope so, my friend. Connor Prince, he's a George Kell Motor Company Player of the Game.
Yes, sir.
Let me get his microphone up here. All right, here we go. You ready? Oh, we're going. Yeah, I guess we're ready. When that red light's on,
here we go.
I don't see real well. Action. I don't see real well, but when the red light comes on, that means we're on. So, anyway, Subway coaches report. Coach Hansley, Hams did what they had to do tonight to get a victory.
Yeah, and that's what I told the kids. I said it on the radio a while ago. It's a trap game, and it's all about awareness, and it's all about being smart. And our kids showed awareness at times, because it's like I said, it's like when you're going down the highway. It's not you're driving you're worried about. Sometimes it's the other person.
Sure.
And that's what I told the kids about. You got to have awareness, and you got to know what they're trying to do in front of you. And our kids got to be smart because they're playing for nothing, and we're playing for everything. So,
right.
That's why I call it a trap game. And for us to come out fairly healthy with a win is big.
Well, and we just dominated the football game, which we were supposed to. I mean, that's what we were supposed to do. If you look at and compare scores, and they were a little overmatched.
Yeah.
And but anyway, we did what we had to do. I want to look ahead a little bit, and I know you probably haven't looked much, but we got 2 big football games coming up for the Newport Greyhounds. Not do or die, but anyway, they're big.
Every next game is the biggest game of our season.
You bet.
And the next 2 are. And we really have to prepare the next 2 weeks and come out and play our best ball these last 2 games. And but that's where you're supposed to be in the season. You're supposed to play your best games at the end. You're supposed to be, sharp, and you're supposed to be crisp. And so we got to come out these next 2 weeks, prepare. And it's like I was just talking to Ben a while ago. We don't want to have ifs, ands, and buts. We want to beat everybody and be conference champions. We don't want who won and who lost. We want to beat everybody.
Well, the thing about it, you don't have to worry about the points, and you don't have to worry about we're 2-1, or I got 1 loss and they got 1 loss and somebody got 2. If you win them all, you're the conference champ. There's no doubt about it. A goal that we have that every year. We want to be the conference champion every year, so it's not any different than any other year that we.
Well, it's like I tell the kids, you want to be that one to get the best seed you can going into playoffs, and then just go as deep as you can in playoffs. And that's the ultimate goal, and it's right here in front of us.
Well, it was a miserable night to play football, no doubt about it. Miserable night to be out here, and I like to froze to death.
I'll say this about our kids, is I was worried about him too, because you never know. But this is a true gritty team because we come out and I challenge them out here in this rain, and they come out here fired up, ready to go.
Yeah, Connor said he always hoped to play in one.
That's what we told him. I said, you'll always remember this game just because of the weather, and and we talk about controlling all the time, and don't let the weather control you, and the refs control you. And our kids come out ready to play tonight, and I was excited about that.
Well, no doubt, a big victory for the Hounds. I mean, we go to 7-0, and 5-0 in the conference. I'm sitting here in 2 weeks from now thinking 7-0. I like that. I like that feeling.
I hope.
But anyway, I know you guys will get right back to work. And anything changed preparation this coming week? Anything changed from the routine?
No. A lot of times when we get this deep in the season like this, we'll pull back on a little of the individual stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
And we'll go more team just to make sure. We'll probably do less hitting. We'll probably do a lot more thudding and tagging. And it's just trying to stay as healthy as we can and trying to get as crisp as we can on our execution. That's why we go a lot more team.
Talk a little bit about the 2 injuries that we had tonight. You kind of got a little report on those guys.
Yeah, the one of them, a kid dove on Gavin down here as he was snapping on the PAT. I'm not sure his severity of his injury, but he was hurting pretty bad. Still couldn't, walk off. He had trouble walking off.
Wow.
Julius, I didn't get the final report when I was walking off, but he could put a little bit of pressure down, so I think his was just a turn ankle. But once again, it was a dive in on him. And I think Julius, I think he'll be back. I think he'll be ready to go. But Gavin, I just have to keep seeing get a final report on that.
Coach, congratulations. The Hounds, we've got a marvelous season going. There's a lot of football left for this football team.
So.
There's no doubt about it. And I'm looking forward to the stretch run.
I am too.
Mark Hinesley, head football coach, athletic director of the Newport Greyhounds. And go Hounds.